Hello students, welcome to today's class on ratio and proportion, and in today's class we are going to discuss about some applications based on ratio and proportions. In the previous class we discussed what is a ratio and what is a proportion. So let us try to have a quick recap of that and then we'll go for some applications, right? My name is Avinash and I'm a graduate from IIT Kharagpur. Let's start today's session. So, what is a ratio all about? We have discussed in the previous classes the ratio A is to B or A by B, the fraction A by B, both are same, which indicates how many times B is the quantity A. How many times B is the quantity A. For example, I write A by B. If B is equal, let us say 5, and out of that 2 parts is A, the ratio we write it as a 2 by 5. The ratio we write it as a 2 by 5, right? And we have discussed a couple of more properties, couple of more things about ratio and proportion, how to calculate them, right? The first term is called antecedent, the second term is called consequent, correct? And also we have discussed about proportion. Okay, so let us try to discuss more about proportion and how to see whether the numbers are there in the proportion or not. Okay, so A is to B and C is to D. A is to B, C is to D. If these two ratios are the same. If these two ratios are the same, or you can write A is to B, is to C is to D, which we read it as A is to B is as C is to D. Right? We have discussed all this about proportions in the last class, correct? We read this as A is to B is proportionate to C is to D, or A is to B is as C is to D. Is as C is to D, right? So all this we have discussed in the previous classes. So let us try to discuss more problems on this. So when numbers are given, when set of numbers are given, how to find whether the given numbers are in proportion or not. Whether the given numbers are in proportion or not. So let us try to discuss about that. Are 3, 5, 15, 9 in proportion? That is the question. When I say 4 numbers A, B, C, D, if I want to find whether these 4 are in proportion or not, we can say A by B or A is to B should be equal to C is to D. A is to B is equal to C is to D, correct? That is what the meaning of a proportion. So, I said 3, 5, 15, 9. So, 3 is to 5 and 15 is to 9. 3 is to 5 and 15 is to 9. So, I can say this as 3 by 5 and 15 by 9. So, are these two equal or not? If these two are equal, I can say yes, they are in proportion, or else we should not say that, okay? So, 3 by 5 and 15 by 9. 3 by 5 and 15 by 9, I think we can cancel with 3. 3 5s are 3 3s are, so 3 by 5 and 5 by 3. These two are not equal. These two are not equal. So if they are not equal, what we can say? They are not in proportion. We can say, are these in proportion? No. But I'll give you one more set of numbers with these numbers only, one more order. 3, 5, 9, 15. Now question is whether these numbers are in proportion or not. So 3 by 5 and 9 by 15. 3 by 5 and 9 by 15. I think these two are equal, correct? 9 by 15 you can cancel with 3 and this is 5. So 3 by 5 and 3 by 5 both should be equal. 3 by 5 and 3 by 5 both should be equal, correct? Okay. So these two are equal, so we can say that these are in proportion. Let's try to have some more applications based on all this, right? So now the pattern, we need to find the missing terms. There is some pattern. We need to find the missing terms. 15 by 18 is equal to something by 6 or 10 by something by 30. So we need to bring some ratios, some proportions, and we need to find these values, okay? So let me equate these two. Let me equate this to 15 by 18 is equal to question mark. Let us take it as x by 6. Okay. 15 by 18 is equal to x by 6. I think you know cross multiplication. Even if you don't know, you can try to learn now. Just cross multiply. That means 15 into 6. 15 into 6 is equal to 18 into x. So what is x equal to? X equal to 15 into 6 by 18. X is equal to 15 into 6 by 18. So 6 ones and 6 threes. 6 ones and 6 threes. And it is 15 by 3 and 3 ones and 3 fives. So x will be equal to 5. Okay. 15 by 18. 1 second. Yeah. 15 by 18 is equal to 5 by 6. Is equal to 5 by 6. It is the simplest form if you can remember. But once again 15 by 18 is equal to 10 by some number. We will take it as x. 15 by 18 is equal to 10 by x. 15 by 18 is equal to 10 by x. So 15x is equal to 18 into 10. So x is equal to 18 into 10 is 180. 180 by 15. So I think it will be maybe 12. Okay, so please calculate that properly. So you may get the value as 12. I'm not sure, but please try to calculate that. So it is a 10 by 12. It is a 10 by 12. The next one, some question mark by 30. What is the meaning of that? Okay, so we have 15 by 18 is equal to x by 30. Okay, I'm not going to do this one. The same way we have done the cross multiplication method. So please try to apply in that and try to find the value of x. Right. So we'll go for one more question. 45 by 21 is equal to question mark by 14, 90 by something, something by 35. So I'm not going to do all this. Let me just calculate one. Let us say these two. Okay. So 45 by 21 is equal to 90 by x. Just cross multiplying. 45 into x is equal to 90 into 21. 45 into x is equal to 90 into 21. So from there you can try to find the value. 45 2 times is 90. 45 2 times is 90. So x is equal to 21 into 2, which is a 42. 21 into 2, which is a 42. That is the value that comes in this place. In the same way, you can equate these two, or you can equate the first and last to get the missing numbers. Right? The same pattern. Let's move for the next question. Again the same type of question. I think you can do this properly, clearly. Okay, so let me move forward. Find the missing terms. Okay, so now we have some word problem to understand here. What is that? Ratio of breadth and length of a hall is a 2:5. So we have a rectangular hall. Okay, when different length and breadth are given, so definitely it is a rectangle. Okay, so if you take length as 2, breadth as 5, but not always it should be 2 and 5. So what we do, let us take it as a 2x and 5x. We'll assume that the breadth as 2x. Okay, so 2x and the other is a 5x, whatever it is. Okay, here or here, whatever it is. Complete the following table that shows some possible breadths and lengths of the hall. Length is 5x, breadth is 2x. So using this ratio, we need to find some other types of rectangles possible, some other types of halls possible with a different dimensions. So you can see here carefully. Okay, so what's the question we are having? Breadth is 10, length is 25. Is that correct? 10 by 25, which will give you 2 by 5 if you divide with 5. 2 by 5. Yes, we got it as a 2 by 5. The next one. Breadth and length. Length is 50. What about breadth? We don't know. Let us take it as x. And I told you, ratio of breadth and length is 2:5. Ratio of breadth and length, x by 50. X by 50 will give you 2 by 5. So how to find the value of x? Just cross multiply 5 into x, or simply this denominator 50 will be transferred to the other side, will be multiplied. The same thing even if you do cross multiplication. Okay, so x is equal to 2 by 5 into 50. 5 ones are 5 tens are, so 10 twos are 20. 10 twos are 20. So this value will be 20. 10 by 25 or 20 by 50 will again give you the same value 2:5, which is nothing but the same proportions. Are you understanding what is proportion? When I gave you 2:5, I can say length is 10 and breadth is 25, or length is 20, breadth is 50, or length is 40 and breadth we need to find. Let us take it as is equal to x. Same thing. 10 by 25. 10 by 25, equate that to 40 by x is equal to 40 by x. 10 by 25 is equal to 40 by x. So from there you can cross multiply to get the value of x. The same way here also. So let us take it as x. So 10 by 25. 10 by 25 is equal to x by 40. 10 by 25 is equal to x by 40. So from there you can try to find the remaining values, right? So what will be x equal to? 10 into 40 is 400. Okay, 400 by 25. So please try to calculate that properly. Try to take the cross multiplication and try to take it. Okay, 400 by 25. Okay, let's move for one more on the same pattern of kind. Geeta earns 12,000 a month, out of which she saves 3,000. There is a person, Geeta, okay, she's doing some job and earning 12,000 a month. She's earning 12,000 a month, out of which she saves 3,000. That means she's saving some money for herself. She's saving her money for herself. How much? 3,000 rupees. Okay, that means saving 12,000 is out of 12,000, 3,000 goes for saving. But what about the other money? What about the other money? The other money is 9,000. How to get that? Difference of these two. The other amount is 9,000, which is her expenditure. We say expense or expenditure. Okay. So now the question is, what is her expenditure to savings? What is the ratio of her expenditure to savings? Expenditure, I told you 9,000, and savings, the ratio is 3,000. 9,000 by 3,000. 9,000 by 3,000. So we can cancel 0, 0, 0. Here also 0, 0, 0. So 9 by 3, which is equal to 3 by 1. 9 by 3, which is 3 by 1, or you can say the ratio as 3:1. The ratio as 3:1. So let's go for the other part. Savings to her income. What is the savings? Savings is 3,000. Savings is to income. Income is 12,000. Ratio is nothing but the same fraction, but don't change the order. Order is very important. Okay. So now here 0, 0, 0 and 0, 0, 0 gets cancelled. So it is a 3 by 12. 3 by 12, which is a 1 by 4. 3 by 12, which is a 1 by 4. So that is equal to 1:4. It is a 1:4, correct? Next. The next one, expenditure to her income. Expenditure, what is expenditure? 9,000 is to income. Income is 12,000. Income is 12,000. 3 zeros and 3 zeros can be cancelled. 9 by 12. 9 by 12 we can cancel with 3. 3 3s are 3 4s are. You can say the ratio as 3:4. You can say the ratio as 3:4, right? It's very simple. How to find saving, how to find expenditure. If you have 100 rupees and let us say you're saving 20 rupees for you, that means the 80 rupees you're spending on something. You're buying some chocolates. Your daddy came, your father gave you 100 rupees, right? And you purchased some chocolates or whatever you want for 80 rupees. The remaining 20, you're saving yourself without giving your father, right? So in the same way, here also the person is earning 12,000 rupees a month. Out of that, 3,000 is being saved. 3,000 is being saved. It is being saved. That means she's saving her money for some future expenses, but which does not come under expenditure, right? Okay. So yes. So one more application. A bag of sweets contain yellow and green sweets. Yellow and green. For every 2 yellow sweets, for every 2 yellow sweets, there are 6 green sweets. Complete this table based on the above information. First of all, before going to the table, let us try to understand the ratio of the sweets. A bag of sweets contain yellow and green sweets. For every 2 yellow, there are 6 green. So what is the ratio between yellow and green? 2 by 6, which is equal to 1 by 3. So that ratio should be there with you first of all between the yellow and green sweets. What is the ratio? 1:3. If 1:3 ratio is there with you, you can try to fill any kind of table. Yellow is to green, we know 1:3. So if it is x, okay, x by 6 is equal to 1 by 3. X by 6 is equal to 1 by 3. So cross multiply. X into 3 is 3x is equal to 1 into 6 is 6. So x is equal to 6 by 3. This number 3 will be transformed this side, becomes by 3. 6 by 3 is equal to 2. 6 by 3 is equal to, so this answer will be 2. 2 and 6. 2 plus 6, the total is 8. The total is 8. So in the same method, you can take the next one, this as x, and you can try to find the remaining things. Okay, so this is 2. Now you take this one as x, try to find this sum, and same way the last ones are very important. Okay, carefully listen to that. What is the last part? We got the values as 1 by 3, correct? The ratios as 1 by 3. 2 yellow, 1 second. 2 yellow by 6 green, which is a 1 by 3. 2 yellow by 6 green is a 1 by 3. Now, the total is given as 24, but we don't have the individual numbers. So what I'll take, carefully see here. As this ratio is 1:3, if I take yellow as let us say x, or we'll take green as x. Okay, see 1 by 3 is the total part. 1 by 3, so total, if yellow is x, green is 3x, correct? Because again you can say x by 3x is equal to 1 by 3. If yellow is 1 part, green will be 3 parts. If yellow is x number, green will be 3x numbers. Why do we need this information? Because we don't have individual numbers here. The total number is 24. The total number given is 24. So x plus 3x is a 4x. X plus 3x is 4x. So 4x is given as 24. 4x is given as 24. So x is equal to 6. X is equal to 6. So yellow is 6. Green is 3 times of 6. Green is 3 times of 6. 3 6 are 18. So 6 plus 18 is 24. 6 plus 18 is 24. The same way for 40. Same 4x. The same 4x now will be equal to 40, where you get x is equal to 10. X is equal to 10. So if x is 10, yellow will be 10, and green will be 3 times of 10, that is 30. 3 times of 10, which is 30. So 10 by 30 is 40. 10 by 30 is 40, right? So this is all you can try to, okay, this one we have done 2, 6, 8. So one more part is left for you, so that you can try to solve that and you can find the answer. Right? So let's move for one more question and then we'll try to stop it for today. In a school survey, it was found that for every 4 girls, there were 5 boys. For every 4 girls, there were 5 boys. So you can simply see the ratio is a 4 by 5. The ratio is 4:5. The ratio is 4:5. So now using this information, we need to fill the following table, which I am not going to do now. I told you the process how to do that. The ratio is 4:5. Okay, 4 girls, there were 5 boys. So 4 by 5 is the ratio between the girls and boys. Okay, so girls are 4. So definitely if girls are 4, boys will be 5. So total it is 9. But that is not always true. Sometimes boys are 8. Based on that, we need to find the girls. Sometimes total is given. We need to find individual boys and girls and the remaining things. Okay, just like the before when we had discussed. I'll just tell you this one. Okay, this is very important here. This model is important. Okay, for every 4 there are 5. So what I'll do, if girls are 4x, boys will be 9x. Sorry, boys will be 5x. Boys will be 5x, correct? So boys and girls total will be 9x. So equate that 9x to 45. The total 9x, equate that to 45. So x will take the value of 5. 9x is equal to 45. X will take the value of 5. Okay. So if x is 5, what is girls? Girls is 4x. So 4 into 5 is 20. 4 into 5 is 20. And what about the boys? Boys is 5x. So 5 into x we got 5. So 5 into 5 is 25. So 20 and 25 will give you 45. Understand? So in that way, you can try to fill that. Okay. So I think you understood all these topics about ratios and proportions. And in the higher classes, you'll be having many applications based on all this. You'll be having many applications based on ratios and proportions. So stay tuned to get the next lecture.
Hello everyone. So today we'll be discussing about time. And time, as you know, is something which is very essential, right? In everyday life, we keep talking about time. We keep asking what is the time, right? So we'll be discussing about that. So my name is Shashin Reddy. I'm a graduate from IIT NEET. Let's go into the class. So if I ask you, how do you define time? The question is, how do you define time or time interval? How will you answer? Right? So for that we have a very simple case, very simple definition. The interval between two instances or events is called time. Yes or no? Time taken. Time taken will be between two events. For example, I can say if you keep looking at my eyes, I might be blinking. Right? So between two blinks, how long it takes between two consecutive blinks? That is what? That is a time interval. That is the interval. That is time. And there are many such cases. Like how long? I mean, if there is sun rises once, the sunrise to sunset, what is the interval between them? That's also measured in terms of time. Sunrise to sunset, or from one sunrise to another sunrise again. From one sunrise to another sunrise again. How much time does it take? That is also what? That is also interval. We measure it using time. Yes or no? So there are many examples that you can think of. Interval between opening and closing of your eyelids. Interval between starting from your home and reaching your school. That also takes time. Interval between the start of a class and the end of a class or a movie. Right? So all of them are what? Are nothing but time. And what is this? That's a clock. And obviously we use a watch or a clock to measure time of the day. Yes or no? Good. That's wonderful. Right? So now when we talk about the units of time, very important, units of time, the SI unit of time is second. The SI unit of time is second. The symbol is small s. So you can write time as 2 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 100 seconds, 1000 seconds, depending on the time interval. And do you know what 1 second is? What is 1 second? If I use a watch or a clock, anything. So you have 3 different hands here. You have a minute hand, a second hand, and hour hand. Yes or no? This is the hour hand. This is the minute hand, and this one that is moving here is the second hand or the second arm. So 1 second can be defined as the time taken by the second hand in a clock to complete one motion. Like one take, one motion is, see, here to here, 1 second, 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 1 second. So that is every single motion of the second hand is how much? 1 second. Clear? So you can define 1 second in that way, yes or no? Good. Now apart from second, do we have any other units of time? Everyone, do we use any other units? We have minutes, we have hours, yes or no? We have days, we have years, we have many such things. So let's go into all of them one by one. So here you can clearly see them. Now let's explain them all to you. So we talked about second. Second is the SI unit. But again we have other units. Let's say we have minute. What is 1 minute equal to? 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. S will mean seconds. Then you have 1 hour. What is 1 hour equal to? 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. MIN, minutes. Right, MIN will refer to minutes. So 60 minutes. Now, can I write this as 60 into 1 minute? 60 into 1 is equal to 60. So 60 minutes can be written as 60 into 1 minute. And how much is 1 minute equal to? 60 seconds. So 60 into 60 seconds. 1 minute is how much? 60 seconds. So 60 into 60 is how much? 6 into 6. How much? 36. And you have 0, 0. So 2 zeros and seconds. That means it is 3600 seconds. So here we can clearly say that 1 hour, for 1 hour we use the symbol 1H. So 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes, or in terms of second, it is 3600 seconds. Clear? Okay, that's good. So we learned about minute, we learned about hour. Do we have anything else? We have a day. What is 1 day equal to? 1 day is equal to 24 hours. In 1 day we have how many hours? 24 hours. Yes? Okay, good. Then can I write this as 24 into 1 hour? 24 into 1? Right, and what is 1 hour? So 24 into 1 is 24, my mistake. And what is 1 hour? 1 hour is 60 minutes. 1 hour is 60 minutes, so 24 into 6. How much is that going to be? 6 4 24, 144. You can do the calculation here, 24 into 6. We are multiplying them, 4 into 6, 24, 2 carry, 6 into 2, 12, 12 plus 2, 14. 144. So 144 we have a 0. So 1 day is equal to 24 hours and is also equal to 1440 minutes. Okay. Then again this I can write as 1440 into 1 minute. 1440 into 1 is equal to 1440. The same. But what is 1 minute equal to? 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. That means if I multiply 1440 with 60, or 144 into 6, 6 4 24, 2 carry, 6 4 24, 24 plus 2 26, 2 carry, 6 into 1 6, 6 plus 2 8. That is 864, 864, and you have 2 zeros. So it is 86,400 seconds. That means 1 day is equal to 24 hours. The same 1 day is equal to 1440 minutes, and it is also equal to 86,400 seconds. So that is 1 day equal to. Clear? Good? Okay, wonderful. So we learned about 1 second, we learned about 1 minute, we learned about 1 hour, we learned about 1 day. Good. You can clearly see here minute, done, hour, done, 1 day, 24 hours, 1440 minutes or 86,400 seconds. Sir, should we remember it? If you ask me, I'll say practice it and then remember it. Because if you practice it, you will know how to find them and then you can remember it. So the complete steps are given here. You can go through them. Got it? Okay. Now you have 1 year also. What is 1 year equal to? 365 days. What is 1 year equal to? 1 year is equal to 365 days. Yes or no? In a year you have how many days? 365 days. So what is 1 year in terms of seconds? Not required. If you need, you can do the calculation. Okay. Then you have others also. Have you heard about a decade? Have you heard about a decade? Yes or no? What is 1 decade equal to? When you say 1 decade is equal to 10 years. What about 1 century? What is 1 century equal to? 1 century is equal to 100. You know about century in cricket. Century is 100. So when we say 1 century is equal to 100 years. Clear? So keeping that in mind, see 1 decade is 10 years. 1 century is 1000 years. Then you have 1 millennium. What is 1 millennium equal to? Sorry, 1 century is 100 years. But 1 millennium is equal to 1000 years. 1 millennium is 1000 years. That's important. 1 millennium is 1000 years. Now if I go into this also, we have 1 century is equal to 100 years. Can I write this as 10 into 10 years? Because what is 10 into 10? 10 into 10 is 100. But what is 10 years equal to? 1 decade. So in place of 10 years, if I write 1 decade, then you have 10 into 1. So you can write decades. So 1 century is equal to 10 decades. Clear? Extra information which will help you. Then we are talking about 1 millennium. What is 1 millennium? 1000 years. But 1000 can be written as 10 into 100 years. What is 100 years equal to? 1 century. So it can be said that is equal to 10 into 1 century. 10 into 1 is 10. So it is 10 centuries. Clear? So 1 millennium is equal to how much? 10 centuries. Got it? Good. So you have 1 decade, 1 century and 1 millennium. Now all this is okay. All this is all that is clearly mentioned. Now there is one special case. When we discuss about the month February, normally February has 28 days. But once in every 4 years, February also has 29 days. After every 4th year or in every 4th year, February has 29 days. What is that year called as? That year is called as leap year because you are adding 1 extra day. So 1 leap year is equal to 366 days. After every 4 years, you get 1 leap year. Every 4th year is a leap year. And what does 1 leap year mean? The specialty is it has 366 days one extra day. One extra day. Clear? Okay, that's good. So we learned about time. That's what we do in our day. Like every day, that's what we do. Now the question is, in ancient time, like very long back, how did people measure time? How did humans measure time long back? Right? How? That's what we'll be learning about. Now the first thing that people could observe is the day and the night cycle. It happens every day. So time can be measured in terms of day and night cycle. I told you, right, what is time interval between two events? You can say from day to night is one time, and from night to day is another time interval, right? So we can say that sun rises and sets every day. So ancient people followed the day-night cycle to mark the passage of day between two sunrises. Okay? They also decided to stop working for the day when the sun set, because it becomes dark. So for them, sunset will mean they will not do anything after it. They will not work after it. But nowadays, we have electricity, we have current. So even at night we work. But that's not how ancient people used to do. Clear? Good. Then only days? No, we had other examples also. Other natural examples also. That is a lunar cycle. Lunar will refer to moon. Solar will refer to sun. Lunar will refer to moon. And what is the speciality of moon? If you look at the image, the shape of the moon, or the shape that is visible to us, the shape of the moon that is visible to us keeps on changing. You can clearly see. Yes or no? The shape of the moon. This is what? A full moon. It keeps on changing. So from new moon to full moon and again a new moon. Or from one full moon to other full moon. Or from one new moon to the other new moon. What is that? That we call it as a lunar month. So the moon to repeat itself. You are seeing one moon today. After approximately 29 days, you will see the same moon. It keeps on happening. So they call it as a lunar month. We also call it as a lunar month. Right? So the shape of the moon that is visible to us changes as it revolves around the earth. And a lunar month is approximately how many days? 29 days. So even people also used to measure time in terms of lunar month also. This many lunar months, 1 lunar month, 2 lunar months, 3 lunar months, so on and so on. So they had this sunrise and sunset or day-night cycle. They had lunar month. They also had other cases which is seasons. And seasons were more important when it came to agriculture. Seasons, even today, seasons are very important when it comes to agriculture, when to plant a crop, when to harvest a crop, when to cultivate a crop, all of them. Clear? So each season comes once every year. Seasons, rainy season, winter season, summer season, and all of them, right? So they could tell a year, people long back, they could tell a year had passed if the same season came again. Now winter has passed. If winter again comes, it means it is 1 year. And the different seasons, right? Good. So now these were some natural examples. I mean, this phenomena, people found it in nature. Okay, people found it in nature. So look at a simple question here. Which of the following can be used to measure time? You have different examples. A flying bird, changing seasons, drying of clothes, all of the above. Which of the following can be used to measure time? What do you think? Yeah? A, B, C, and D. The correct answer is changing seasons, because flying bird is random. We don't know for how long it will fly, after how long it will come back. But we know changing seasons, we know the exact time. One season has gone, the same season has again come, that means it is 1 year. Yes or no? The changing of seasons can be used to measure time. Drying of clothes, See, in summer clothes dry quick. In winter they take much more time. Simple example I am giving you. Right, and it also depends on how much you have squeezed the cloth. So there are different cases which is possible, so we cannot say what it is. But seasons, they are regular. Okay, so changing seasons, yes, we can use it. Good. So now, ancient people long back, they did not have watches, they did not have anything like that to measure time. Now I have a watch. I can look at my watch to get the time. So what did people in the ancient time do? Now they also had instruments of their own. Okay, not as good as the watches that we use, but they had instruments. And one such simple instrument is something called as a sundial. What is that? You can understand that by looking at this. Or look at the image here. This is what it will be. So it all depends on the shadow. See, look at the shadow here. Now that shadow will change depending on where the sun is in the sky. Look at this. This is a sundial. The shadow of the sun. Can you see it changing here? Yes. So as the sun moves, the shadow moves. And as the shadow moves, we can say what time it is. What time it is. So this is called as a sundial. It works on sun. It makes use of sunlight. So sundial. It's a very simple one. Clear? So sundials were used in old times to measure hours based on the position of the sun in the sky. And oldest known sundial is from Egypt from around 1500 BC. What is 1500 BC? It is 3500 years ago. Long back. Very long back. Even then sundials were there. Good? Okay. Then again, there's an interesting fact here. Samrat Yantra. Samrat Yantra. In Jaipur is in Rajasthan. So Samrat Yantra in Jaipur is the largest sundial in the world. So if you have a chance to visit Jaipur, please do visit this and please do appreciate the construction. It is the largest sundial in the world. Good? You can see the image here, but please do visit Jaipur. It's a very interesting or very beautiful city. Okay? Okay. Then again, you might have seen this in many movies. You don't normally have this, but you might have seen this in movies. Right? An hourglass or a sand clock. It is very simple. There will be a specific time that the sand takes to fall down. So how much ever time it takes to fall down, we can record it. So you can measure it time. Now how much time does it measure? It depends on various factors. It depends on how large the bulb is, the size of the bulb, and how thick the constriction is. Different factors, and the quality of the sand also. Right, so time measured by an hourglass depends on the bulb size, the neck size. This is the neck. Okay, that is the neck. Everything else is the bulb. These two are the bulb. And the material, that is also the sand used, how soft the sand is. But ultimately, what is the thing? An hourglass or a sand clock is used to measure time. Got it? Good. Then we had pendulum clocks. Yes. What is a pendulum? You can clearly see that here. This is the pendulum. Can you see what's happening? It oscillates. A pendulum keeps on oscillating, yes or no? And as the pendulum oscillates, here the second hand moves. Here there is no second hand. So gradually the minute hand and the hour hand moves. Okay. So the pendulum oscillates, and according to the pendulum oscillation, here the second hand, the minute hand and the hour hand move. In fact, one end to the other end, the time taken will be 1 second. Then again back 1 second. Then again 1 second. Then again 1 second. It's like a swing. Clear? That's a pendulum clock. And here pendulum clock, this is like a thread. This is like a thread or a string. And this is a heavy mass. We call it as bob, or which is heavy mass. That's it. Clear? That's a pendulum clock. Understood? Good. So even these were used. These are very interesting. Even nowadays they are used, not regularly, but as a for showcase they are used. But again, pendulum clocks were used for a long period of time. That's why they are important. Okay. Then we have analog watches. The one that I'm using now is an analog watch. Right. Again, nowadays technology improved. You have digital watches, you have smart watches, and to measure time, you can directly look at your smartphone, yes or no, or your device, any electronic device. You can look at your laptop also, desktop also, tablet also. So there are many such cases. And here we can see a digital watch. Nowadays we have smart watches. So digital watches are not used that much. Analog watches and smart watches are used more. Okay, understood? So that's good, everyone. So we have learned about time. We learned about different units of time. We learned about different measurements of time and how ancient people also used to measure time. Okay? Okay, that's good. So thank you, everyone. Thanks a lot.